So we were discussing about this last module, international and global strategies in service marketing. This first part is over. The second part was about ethics in service marketing. I'll show you that part. Yes, ethical issues in marketing. This we had covered. Meaning of ethics we have covered. Ethical values marketers are expected to hold. Like be it product or services, it is very much important to have, or it's very important for the company side to do the activities ethically. Already you know the meaning of ethics. Ethics refers to the moral values or what is right and what is wrong, those things. So there are certain ethical values which are expected from the marketers when they are dealing with the customers. First one is honesty, to be forthright in dealings with the customers and stakeholders. Stakeholders, I hope you know, stakeholders include shareholders, customers, dealers, everyone who are connected with that particular company. So to be forthright means to be clear without any kind of, like without hiding any information. They have to deal with the customers. Then responsibility, to accept the consequences of our marketing decisions and strategies. That is becoming responsible. If anything goes wrong in the company, there should be someone who can take the responsibility of that, who can bear the responsibility. It is not to be said that it is not our work. Rather, it is the company's responsibility to accept that whatever has gone wrong. Then fairness, to balance justly the needs of the buyer with the interest of the seller. There should be fairness in conducting the marketing activities. Equity, or we can say equitable treatment to all the customers as well. Respect, to acknowledge the basic human dignity of all stakeholders. That is always there, because every time we hear the term customer is known as the king of the market. Customer nowadays should not only be satisfied, but also to not only be made satisfied, but also should be made delighted. Then only the customer will be returning back to that same company for further purchase. So this can be done by respecting them. Like whatever be the background, the company should try to acknowledge the basic human dignity of the stakeholders, everyone who are interacting with them. Then transparency, create a spirit of openness in marketing operations. Citizenship, to fulfill the economic, legal, societal responsibilities that are serving the stakeholders. There is something known as organizational citizenship, that is applicable for employees actually. Organizational citizenship means when you're working in a company, there will be certain employees who are committed to work, or who devote more than what they are actually required to work. Like they voluntarily come forward to take over at work which is pending or which they can do. So these people are known as organizational citizens. Same way here, the companies also should try to fulfill their economic, legal, and philanthropic and societal responsibilities so that they can serve maximum stakeholders. Economic, you know, legal, you know, what is philanthropic? Philanthropic means charitable activities. We can say, like commonly we use the term CSR activities, that is corporate social responsibilities. That is what they can do give back to the society as well. So these are the ethical values which are expected from marketers. Now, importance of ethics. It responds to or corresponds to basic human needs. It creates credibility with the public. Credibility means trust with the public. Means when we are dealing with certain products which is having a corporate goodwill, you might have seen in your family itself. There are certain brands which we use for since so many years. This is because we are having trust in that particular product. So ethics helps to create that particular type of credibility, because we know that this particular company will not be doing anything against the requirements of the customer. It also helps in better decision making. The morale of the employees working in such company will be quite high, because the employees are also satisfied when they are working in such company which is having a good reputation in the market. Same way, business ethics also helps to check malpractices and offer protection to customers. or consumers. Checking malpractices means checking if there is any kind of wrongdoings happening in the company or not. Then it also helps to protect the interest of all the stakeholders, employees, dealers, suppliers, shareholders, everyone. Then what is a code of ethics? Code of ethics and its implementation. Code of ethics is found in almost every organization. Exact meaning of credibility means trustworthiness. Trustworthiness. Credible human being means whom we can trust. जिसके ऊपर हम लोग भरोसा कर सकते हैं, विश्वास रख सकते हैं. That is credibility. Credible human being, credible company means where we can trust them. Like certain products, we can see that which you might be knowing, your family might be using since so many years, or certain maybe you might be having a family doctor, तो उनके पास ही जाएंगे because yeah, that person is credible. We can trust them. Okay. Now, what is code of ethics? Code of ethics and its implementation. Code of this can come for the exam. Code of ethics refers to set of rules outlining or giving or explaining the norms, the rules, responsibilities, or proper practices of an individual party or an organization. Code of ethics are many times explained very clearly in, or we can say, when you enter in an organization, and also you can see the code of ethics. It could be written, it could be printed, and it would be placed over there. Otherwise, if it's a new employee joining an organization, they will be informed about the code of conduct which they are supposed to follow in that organization. So it is a set, nothing but a set of rules which an individual or an organization should follow. Certain norms in the society, certain rules, certain responsibilities and practices which they should follow. It is a guide of principles which are designed to help professionals conduct business honestly and with integrity. Integrity also means almost similar term only with which goes along with honesty. Integrity means we will not do anything wrong against the company's principles. So as I told you, code of ethics could be a written, normally it will be written, or it will not be. If it is just oral or verbal, that will not be followed by everyone seriously. So it is normally written, it is given to the employees, it is given to the organization, it is set up maybe near the entrance of the organization, or it will be given in the websites of the organization and all. What are the code of ethics which they are following? So a code of conduct defines how a company's employees should act on a day-to-day basis. It reflects the organization's daily operations, core values, overall company culture. As a result, every code of conduct is unique to the organizational which it is being representing. We cannot say that organizational code of ethics should be the same everywhere. The basic principles only will be the same. Otherwise, there will be changes in that, and it will be customized, or it will be changing as per the different companies, because the objectives, the core values, the daily operations, day-to-day operations and all of different companies will be naturally different. Different sectors, it will be different. Different like product sector, it will be different. Service sector, it will be different. But it is commonly found in most of the companies, which gives the guidelines on how the company and the employees should function honestly and with integrity. Now, role of ethical committee. Now, most of the organizations will be having an ethical committee, which will be comprising of few members, few respectable members over there. What are they supposed to do? Or why it is being created? They will be communicating this code of conduct to all the members of the organization, so that everyone is informed about this code of conduct. Later on, there should not be any chance to complain that we were not aware about the rules, we were not aware about the regulations, etc. in the company. So there is a committee which will be communicating about this code to all the members of the organization. Then they will also review disciplinary actions and make recommendations to managers about how to effectively handle employee problems if they are not following the code of conduct. There can be instances where the employees may not be willingly following the code of conduct. They might be finding it difficult, or they might be finding it not required. In such cases, disciplinary actions would be taken by the company. They also ensure that managers also comply with all the legal requirements when enforcing the company policies. They hold regular meetings to discuss ethical issues and rewarding compliance and punishing violations. Like rewarding means like when the people are following the guidelines, rewarding them, and when they are violating these guidelines, giving some sort of punishment also to those people. So this is the role of ethical committee. They ensure that the code of conduct is being followed properly in the organization. And maybe they also will be changing, like maybe if they feel that some points are outdated or some points are not at all relevant, they may even keep changing that. Regular meetings are also held by this committee. Now, code of ethics for marketing on the internet. What happens is that nowadays, since most of the activities, like we know that how e-commerce is increased, how e-business is increasing, how people are all using or people are all depending on internet for each and everything of their work. So there are certain code of ethics for marketing on the internet as well. First and most important thing is that we're protecting the rights of privacy. This is a very sensitive issue when we are dealing in the internet. All of you know that how our privacy could be compromised, like how hacking, such type of things are, which is quite common over here in the internet. So we should always see that, or the company should see that the privacy of the customers are not affected. Then protecting the rights of ownership, protecting the rights of access, awareness of changes in the regulations of internet marketing. There is something known as netiquette. I'll just write over here in the chat box. You might have heard about this term etiquette. Etiquette, you might have heard. Etiquette means some basic manners which we are supposed to follow. But what is netiquette? Netiquette means those manners which we have to keep in our mind when we are dealing in internet-based transactions. So please go through these 4 points, everyone. Protecting the rights of privacy, protecting the rights of ownerships, then rights of access, awareness of changes in the internet, in the regulations of internet marketing. That also will be changing from time to time. Like we can say that most of the online communications nowadays, be it your social media or any other platform, it is quite important nowadays for improving or increasing the marketing activities, because this is actually giving access to opportunities worldwide or global activities. We can easily communicate with the global market nowadays as compared to previous times. But this should not actually happen at the cost of affecting the code of ethics. The ability of interacting with all the stakeholders has become very easy, but it should not, along with that opportunities, along with that ability, it also carries equal amount of risk and challenges with it. So this code of ethics for internet, it requires additional support and guidance, because this is quite a dynamic area. So there is risk involved over here. The marketers should assess the risk involved over here, and they should be taking the responsibility of the consequences, if anything, especially negative consequences, if anything is happening in the internet due to their activities. So like they should be getting the support of professional people to avoid any harm to the consumers. They should follow all the applicable principles and laws with reference to internet marketing, which is legal in the country. They should be aware about the changes as mentioned over here, changes in the regulations of internet marketing, and organizational commitment should be there. Now, when we are talking about protecting the rights of privacy, ownership, and access, and all, what is this privacy? Privacy, many times we see that, no? Like when we are dealing with internet marketing, e-banking and all, we can see that many of our information is now being shared with other people. Like, so the information collected from these customers should be confidential and used only for that particular purpose for what it has been or for which it has been collected. All the data, especially the confidential consumer data, customer data, should be safeguarded against unauthorized access. It could be misused anytime. So this should not happen. That is protecting the rights of privacy of the customers. Same way, ownership. The information which is obtained from the internet, like Google is one main source of information nowadays to everyone, not only for any particular individual or any particular group of people. It is one of the most accessed source of information nowadays. Now, this may not be true every time, or even if it is true, this information which is presented in the internet, it should be properly authorized and documented. Otherwise, people will be taking those information and they will be publishing it in their own names. So information ownership should be safeguarded and respected. Otherwise, there could be even problems due to plagiarism. Plagiarism means copying others' content and without giving a credit to those people. That is plagiarism. Then, protecting the rights of access. Access means again access to passwords, access to accounts, email accounts and all. This also should be, and any other kind of information, this also should be confidential, and it should be examined or disclosed only by a competent authority who is having the authorization to do so. So the integrity of each and every person, that like integrity, or we can say that the privacy of each and every person should be respected over here. And not only with respect to the data, like it could be any data with respect to information, even advertisement or any kind of messages should be clearly respected. It should not be misused at all. Then, unethical practices in service marketing. It's very easy to understand. Different unethical practices which are commonly found in services marketing. False advertising. We have learned about this ethics and governance in semester 4. So most of these topics are quite aware of you people, with you people. False advertising, misleading the public, disclaimers, irresponsible market research, selecting specific market audience, unethical advertising and promotion, delivery channel practices, dealing with competitors, pricing strategies. These are commonly found unethical practices in service marketing. Now, what is this false advertising? In service marketing, क्या हो सकता है? Products, we can see that. Products में कैसे होते हैं कि they might be claiming something else, but actually when we use the product, we will understand that it was not worth the money which we had paid for. But what is the case in service marketing? In service marketing also, we can find that many times there are instances where the customers are fooled. We can say, for example, a doctor, a fraud doctor, a fraud lawyer can be there. Many times lawyers and all, they will be representing the clients on various issues. And if these lawyers are not following the rules which are mentioned or guidelines which are mentioned by the Bar Council of India, or the doctors, quacks will be there. Quacks means which are fraud doctors. If they are not following the guidelines, if they are not even registered with the Medical Council of India, these are all false advertising. All this come under unethical practices. And they can even be subjected to disciplinary action for conducting such kind of advertising or even dealing with such kind of clients when they are dealing in a unethical way. Then misleading the public. Misleading the public means, like for example, we can say this is quite common in fitness areas and all, fitness field and all, for getting better shape, for losing the weight and all. They may try to create credentials of the people, and they may try to mislead the public. Then disclaimers are there, but disclaimers are, you know, might have seen the disclaimers when you watch television and all. It will be written mutual funds के advertisements के पहले वो आते हैं disclaimer करके. So disclaimers are actually they are conveying it that there can be risk when you are indulging in business with these activities. So many times service sector or even product sector, they just insert this disclaimer and they enter into the marketing materials, but it again, this is a wrong practice. Then irresponsible market research. Irresponsible market research means which can lead to stereotyping activities. Stereotyping activities means they will generalize the people together and they will be selling product in such a manner which is not at all advisable. Then selecting specific market audience, like a specific market audience means they will not be targeting everyone. Instead, they will be selling the product or selling the service only to that particular marketing or only to that particular group of customers. This is creating social disparity. This is creating social inequality, and this should not be considered as an ethical practice. Then unethical advertising and promotion, false claims, then using manipulative techniques, marketing techniques and all will create lots of confusion in the market. When we talk about this unethical advertising, one example is there, which is about Nestle. Nestle had been, Nestle's baby products hote. So they were saying that they were marketing this baby foods, which even especially to the women in poor countries, by saying that this could be a substitute to breastfeeding. So that is actually a very unethical practice. Maggie 2 minutes, yeah, Maggie 2 minutes, but still it is there successfully, it is running in the market. Then things which are actually affecting the sentiments of the people. Then delivery channel practices, marketing in many ways we see that na, like telemarketing companies and all, it could be quite annoying. It could be even very much what you can say. We cannot even trust such kind of untrustworthy hote hain. We cannot trust certain kind of practices. We can see so many such advertisements, even so many examples in social media and all, where people come out and say that I brought this for this much money. Now see the condition of this particular product. I thought the size will be different many times. Then after one use only, that product should be discarded. वैसे conditions में भी हो सकते हैं. Then there is unsolicited marketing nowadays. Unsolicited marketing means without even asking our permission, they try to sell a product to us. Similarly, spams, emails, television commercials and all, which are indulging in illegal activities. This also is an unethical practice in service marketing. Then dealing with competitors. Dealing with competitors means trying to low grade the products and services of the competitors. Many companies advertise in such a way that they want to somehow attract the customers, but without providing quality products or quality services. And once they get the customers with them, they might be even luring them with cheap prices and all. And once they are getting the customers, they will immediately increase the price, or they will make them switch towards a costlier product or a costlier services. So this type of unwanted practices also should be avoided. Many online surveys, many work from opportunities, and many such areas are there which deals with this type of unethical practices. This is just to deal with the competitors in a negative way. Then there is pricing strategies. Pricing strategies which could be quite difficult for the customers to understand, like predatory pricing करके है. Predatory pricing, that is beneath the competition. Competitors कौन सी amount पे बेचते हैं, उससे भी कम amount में बेचने के लिए try करते हैं, and they try to illegally capture the entire market. This is again an unethical practice. Same way, the preventing the entry of other companies in the market, like by creating barriers by creating unwanted barriers, many companies prevent the entry of other companies in the market. This is also an unethical practice. So many examples we can see over here, which creates problems with the customers when they are dealing with such kind of companies which are following unethical practices. Like we can say, when we talk about this selecting specific market audience, there was a company which uh, focused on selling product not for every woman, but only for particular group of women who were uh, very thin, who had long leg, and who were like of who had shapes or figures like that of a supermodel. So only that kind group of people were targeted by that particular company. Again, that is against the societal, again that is against the equality principle in the society. If each and every customer should have the right, should have the opportunity to buy the product being sold by anyone. Just imagine a doctor is saying that I will be treating the patients only from this particular area. I will not treat the patients who are coming from this particular area, or I will be treating only the patients who are in this age group. I will not be treating the patients who are in this age group. Like such kind of uh, comments or such kind of behavior and all is not acceptable. Even when we are talking about lawyers, if they are saying that I'll be dealing with only rich clients, I will not be district openly. They are saying that I will not take poor clients cases. These are all unethical practices in the service marketing. And even trying to manipulate the customers, or even trying to give wrong information to the customers, all will come under unethical practices in service marketing. So I hope this content is clear.